'Cause here with you is where I belong. Right here with you is where I belong. And it's amazing that he gave you to me, because wherever with you is where I feel home. That's how I know right here with you is where I belong.
Hey y'all, so I hope all is well and that everybody doing pretty good. Y'all just got done doing the Palace Wednesday night Bible studies, and y'all in that, I would advise y'all, if y'all do not have my Facebook link or access to the Bible study, which is my Facebook profile, y'all, it is Adriana Creighton. Go to just search Adriana Creighton and it should pop up on Facebook, and more than likely I'll accept you as a friend. Unless you sound a little fishy, okay? Nah. But with that being said, though, y'all, for real, y'all, in that, when I first started the Bible study, I just didn't feel, I didn't feel right. So the second, I wound up deleting that one. I wound up just letting God lead, and I wound up praying first and letting him lead, just let him lead the Bible study. And y'all, the thing was, the word that I believe God had got us to today was Psalms 3. If y'all go in Psalms 3, King James Version, it talks about God protects his people. And in that, y'all, remember, we have been on Exodus 14, chapter 14, verse 13 through 14. And in that, y'all, it says, fear not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord. The Egyptians that you see today, you will see them no more forever. Right? God said he's going to do it. It says in Exodus 14 and 14, the Lord shall fight for you, and you need only to hold your peace. Even in Psalms 3, David talks about how there were so many, it seemed like the people that came up against him had increased, but he trusted God to protect him. God is his shield, and God smeared all his enemies. God smeared all his enemies on the cheek. Do you hear me? And also that God, he had broken the teeth of the wicked. Let me make sure it says, and it says that that has broken the teeth of the ungodly. So, y'all, the thing is, even now, whatever come up against us, y'all, we have to keep it pushing. Do not fear what comes up against you. Don't fear what it looks like. Don't fear what it don't look like. Don't fear what you feel. Don't fear. Just whatever you're doing, give it back to God. Whatever feeling you have, give it back to God. Whatever come your way, give it to God. Ask God to vindicate you, to fight for you. God will do it. God said, let me do this. Fear not. Don't be afraid. See, it's fear not, stand still. Don't do it in your own strength. Let me do this. I got it. You don't do nothing. Let me do this. You just be obedient to what I've been telling you. See the salvation of the Lord. Watch me do it. You ain't got to do all that. Watch me do it. God said, watch me do it. Watch God do this, y'all. And also, God said, the Lord shall fight for you. He shall fight for us, and that we need only to hold our peace. Meaning, we don't let us not respond in the flesh. But let God do it. Yeah, y'all, let God do it. He said, see the salvation of the Lord. Watch him do it. Watch him do it. You don't do it in your own strength. Let God do it, because this is bigger than us, y'all. He said that he will fight for us, y'all, and to hold our peace. You ain't got to get all riled up. We ain't got to get all riled up from what we see or what we don't see or how we feel or the false scenarios that the enemy try to put within our minds. Y'all, keep in mind that in Exodus 14, at the beginning of it, God was telling Moses everything that was going to happen. And God was instructing Moses on what he was supposed to do. And Moses followed those instructions out. One of those instructions, though, was to lead the Israelites to the Red Sea. To encamp by the Red Sea. It was some other places, but it was by the Red Sea, basically, by the Red Sea, y'all. So the thing was, Moses did exactly that, but also God, at the beginning, God was telling him how he was going to harden. First, he was going to soften Pharaoh's heart to release the Israelites to be able to get free and to, go by the Red Sea and to encamp by the Red Sea. And I'm summarizing, y'all. But, and also, though, he was going to also be the same God, Yahweh, Jesus, God. He was going to be the same God, Yah. He was going to be the same God that have the Egyptians, to harden the Egyptians' heart. Once again, Pharaoh's heart, to pursue after the Israelites, y'all. So the thing was, God allowed, the enemies to, the Israelites to get free, is to come to what looked like a dead end. And y'all, you can put that in any situation in your life. Maybe God has told you to do a thing, and the thing was, you're doing it and you're starting to see some light. And now all of a sudden it looked like that the army that was once against you is now greater, whatever that could be. And I was just like, Lord, where is this even coming from? How am I about to do this then? If you're telling me to do this, how am I going to do this? Now it looks impossible. That's the thing, y'all. In this story, God led them to what looked impossible because only God could do it. He said that his glory will be revealed. So he knew that once they got to this, what looked like a dead end to the Red Sea, and that when Pharaoh and his armies came, pursuing the Israelites now, came after the Israelites was in fear. They're like, oh my gosh, look at this, like what's coming up against us, and look what's in front of us. It don't look like there's no way out. We're about to be smited. We're about to be destroyed by our enemies. Like whatever, we thought that like the promise was, or whatever, that hope that we had, now it's like there's no hope because of what we see. Y'all, that's when God, he ready to show out. See the salvation of the Lord. Fear not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Let the Lord fight for you. So just imagine, this vast army coming up against the Israelites, and now they have this big old sea in front of them. All of them can't swim at the same time. Like, yeah, y'all, there was it was so many Israelites as it is. Like, all of them can swim at the same time and just get away from the enemy at the same time. That was going to be challenging. So it looked like they had no way out. There was people coming. There was the enemy and his minions coming up against them, and also it looked like ahead of them, what was in front of them was just like a dead end. So they looked like they were stuck. But that's what God wanted. Like God had this already planned. And if y'all go back to Exodus 14, God had planned it. He had planned this before it even happened. Just so that he may be glorified. Just so that he may be honored upon Pharaoh. For as in that Pharaoh and his army will see that the God of heaven is who he say he is. That he is Lord. So even y'all in that, keep in mind when the Israelites, when God gave Moses the instructions to lift up their rod, Moses lifted up their rod and they was able to go through. There was instruction given before the breakthrough. So we got to do our parts and ask God, what does that look like? I know God has been telling us to rest, but in addition to that, y'all go to God and ask God, what does that look like for you? And also, what else? Is there any other instructions, for your specific situation? So with that being said, y'all, when Moses lifted up their rod, the sea parted and the Israelites was able to walk on like dry land, and escape from their enemies. And their enemies were still pursuing them, but God allowed their enemies to pursue them in this, while they were on foot, in the ocean, basically, like where the seas were parted in half. And once the Israelites made it across freely, that's when God allowed, since their enemies were still coming up against them, trying to chase after them too, where they was going, God wiped all of them out. He said, I got it. That's why he said all of them. When I say all of them, y'all, the Egyptians that they saw before, they saw no more forever. God killed all of them. God wiped them all out. So allow God to wipe all the enemies that are coming up against you. God may have led you to what looked like a dead end. And it may look like I don't have no way going forward, or it look like people are coming from behind. Like, look, I'm stuck. You're right where God wants you to be for him to show up. So ask God, what is that instruction, that last instruction that you need to do to see that breakthrough? Because now is the time, y'all. We got to rest in God and know that he's king. God said, the Lord shall fight for you. You need only to hold your peace. And maybe that is the instruction for us all, to hold our peace and watch the salvation of the Lord. Y'all, take it back to God and let God guide you. I love y'all, but God love y'all more. It's been real. Bye.